Pengu just checked Zillow for the 47th time this month with the same result. He can't afford anything, not even the one described as cozy, which in real estate language means you will cry in this apartment. His parents bought a house at 26 on one salary. Pengu has two salaries and can't even afford the deposit. The American dream didn't disappear. Someone stole it. And today Pengu is going to help you to find out who. Chapter 1. The Hidden Trap. In the 1970s, the average house in the Great Iceberg cost about 3 times the average annual salary. Today it costs more than 7 times. In cities like Penguin Francisco or New Beak City, it's closer to 15. Pengu's salary didn't get 7 times bigger. The house did. That's not a housing market. That's a trap with a welcome mat.
Huh?
But here's the question nobody asks. Why did this happen? Houses didn't get better. They didn't start coming with free fish. They didn't invent a new room. They just got more expensive. Because somewhere along the way, someone decided that a house wasn't just a place to live. It was an investment. And that one decision changed everything. When a house is a home, you want prices to be affordable. When a house is an investment, you want prices to go up. Mr. Fisher owns 12 apartments. Mr. Fisher does not want prices to go down. Mr. Fisher votes. Mr. Fisher donates to political campaigns. Mr. Fisher has a very good lawyer. Mr. Fisher plays golf with the kind of penguins who write housing policy. Pengu has a very expensive rent, and a landlord who fixes the heating in March, when it's no longer cold. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as Mr. Fisher designed it. And when the world gets unstable with things like conflicts, inflation, a strait of water closing on the other side of the planet, penguins with money don't put it in the bank. They buy property. Because property doesn't lose value when important penguins print more pengulars. So every time the world gets more chaotic, housing gets more expensive. And the world has been very chaotic lately. Pengu saves 500 pengulars a month for a deposit. In the same month, the average house price goes up 600. Pengu is running towards a finish line that moves faster than he does. He's seen that before. Chapter 2. The Bad Penguin. But Mr. Fisher is not even the main villain anymore. In the last decade, something much bigger entered the housing market. Investment funds. They started buying entire neighborhoods, not one house, entire streets. In 2023, institutional investors owned nearly 3% of all single-family homes in the Great Iceberg. That doesn't sound like much. Until you realize they're buying in the exact neighborhoods where Pengu is trying to buy. They pay cash. Without any hesitation, Pengu needs a mortgage, and he has nothing to give as a guarantee. They close in a week. Pengu's bank takes 2 months. They have algorithms that identify undervalued properties before Pengu even sees the listing, while Pengu only has Zillow and hope Pengu doesn't stand a chance. And then they rent those houses back to penguins like Pengu at whatever price they want because they own the neighborhood. Mr. Fisher used to be the villain. But now he's only a small fish, a really small one, while real landlord doesn't have a name. It has a ticker symbol. Chapter 3. The Orchestrated Plan. And here's what makes Pengu really angry. This wasn't an accident. The policies that allowed this to happen were chosen. Low interest rates for years made borrowing cheap. Cheap borrowing made buying multiple properties easy. Easy buying made prices go up. Higher prices made renting the only option for millions of penguins. More renters made landlords richer. Richer landlords funded the politicians who kept interest rates low. And round it goes. Pengu is not bad with money. Pengu is trying to win a game that was redesigned while he was in school. Nobody told him the rules changed. Nobody sent him the memo. The generation before Pengu built wealth by buying property young. Pengu's generation is building wealth for the generation that already had it. So what does Pengu do? He can't outbid a fund with 50 billion pengulars. He can't change housing policy alone, but he can understand the game. And understanding the game is the first step to not losing it. Cities where supply is growing are seeing prices stabilize, and the penguins who stopped waiting for New Beak prices or Penguin Francisco 1 to drop and bought somewhere else are now building equity. The American dream wasn't a God's miracle. It was real. Pengu's parents lived it. But the version that existed in 1975 is gone. The new version looks different. It just requires Pengu to stop looking for the old one on Zillow. Pengu closes the app for the 48th time this month. He's not going to buy a house today. But he understands something now that he didn't this morning. The rules changed, the finish line moved. And the Penguins winning are not the ones working harder. They're the ones who figured out where the new finish line is. And there's one more thing making all of this harder. Something that's been happening quietly for 50 years and is now cracking open. Something that affects the price of everything, including the house Pengu can't afford. Go watch the video where Pengu explains why the Strait of Hormuz is breaking the USA's 50-year secret.